Hello everyone, very good evening to one and all. Welcome back to the Vishta Rajkumar online classes for all the my dear aspirants. Today I would like to give the notes and explanation in the subject of the child health nursing for the MPSW second year students in the unit of the sixth. The sixth unit is a care of school children. So why we have to study, what is the main importance of why we have to study, what is the main importance of studying this unit for the MPSW second year students as a part of the child health nursing. So let me see the one by one. So let's say coming to the introduction. So in the introduction only we came to know that the what is the main purpose of the studying this one, you may get it. Okay, so here the most of the population is covered by the school children. Okay, is the children aged between the age of 5 to 17 years we are calling as school children. Got it? Okay, between the ages of the 5 to 17 years are school going children, as well as in this also about 30% of the population is comprised of this age group. You got it? So 5 to 17 years we are calling as a school going children. In the out of 100 percent, there are 30% syllabus is comprised of this age group of the children. Okay, okay, so that is the reason. So that is the main introduction about that one. And once again we will see about the school. Okay, school is defined as an education institution where groups of peoples pursue different studies at different levels, receive instructions from one or more teachers, frequently interact with other officers and employees such as principal, various supervisors, instructors, and maintenance staff, and etc. Usually housed in a single building. So no need of write this one and all, but you have to write the introduction. So introduction is very important for everything. Okay, so this is a definition of the school, is no need to write and all, but I would like to give the importance, what is the meaning of the school and all. Okay, next coming, this one is important, school health. Okay, school is not important, but school health is important. Okay, school health refers to a state of complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity among pupils, teachers, and other school personnel. So person is nothing but the individual, personnel is nothing but the like a group of members will be there. School health refers to a state of complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity among the peoples. Every student has to maintain the complete physical, mental, social, spiritual well-being. Okay, in the not merely in the absence of disease and infirmity among the each individual, like peoples, teachers also, and also other school personnel. So many members will be there in the school level. So that is the reason we are calling as a not only individual students, everybody has to maintain the complete physical, mental, social, spiritual well-being. It's clear? Okay, so next this we have tried ma. Okay, I have told no, school health introduction is important, and school health also you have tried. Next coming to the school health services. Ideally school health services refers to need based comprehensive services rendered to pupils, teachers, and other personnel in the school to promote, protect their health, prevent and control diseases, and maintain their health. But practically it refers to providing need based comprehensive services to pupils to promote and protect their health, control diseases, and maintain their health. So here the main one is the, so here the school health services, why like a, so how the like a healthcare department people, why for what purpose they are providing the school health service, why they are conducting the, why they are organizing the school health program in the school level. So here the mainly, so whatever they're providing the school health services, mainly it's a need based comprehensive. See, get it? Okay, so here the mainly need based comprehensive is nothing but the overall. Okay, overall the care over the services. Okay, okay, it's mainly the school health services main motto is it's need based comprehensive services, as well as it will provide, and it is nothing but it will be provided to pupils like children's, teachers, okay, as well as other personnel is nothing but like here the teaching staff will be there, non-teaching staff will be there, ministerial staff will be there, fourth class employees will be there. So different categories of the people, different groups of people will be there. That is the reason here the school health services in the mainly they may provide the comprehensive overall the healthcare services to the individual, teachers, peoples, and with the other personnel in the school. Okay, that is the first point. Okay, the school health services main point is it may base your comprehensive services, first point. Okay, and second one is the, okay, first point this one, second one is the to promote, to protect their health. First one is the need based services, that is a you have tried first point. Second point is that the school health services mainly to promote, protect their health, and prevent and control common diseases and maintain their health. Okay, this is second point. Okay, and next third point is providing need based comprehensive services to people to promote and protect their health, control diseases and maintain their health. First one is a need based comprehensive services, as a second one is a promote, protect their health, prevent and control diseases and maintain their health. Okay, and third one is this comprehensive services to peoples to promote and protect their health and control diseases. So this is all the, it's also the second point, third point also related to the second one is also. Okay, so you can write need based services, and the second one is a promote, protect their health, prevent. Okay, these 2 points you can write it now. Okay, this one is important, this points also very important. It's very okay, 2 points are very important. It's clear na? So this is the main importance of school health services. Next, coming to the school health services in India. So before independence era and post independence era, so this is a BS nursing level importance. But okay, if you want you can, otherwise actually no need of writing. I will tell what are the points you may highlight it, what are the points you may need it, you may note it when you are preparing for the final examinations and all. These are all the no needs of for MPHW. For MPHW students there is no need, but BS nursing and GNM MSc also they can refer this one on. Okay. Okay, when 1909, when for the first time medical examination of school children was done in Baroda city. So why the importance of school health services? Why they are giving the most importance for the school health services? Why it was introduced? When it was introduced? Why they will focusing on the school health services? So the first one is the, like in 1909, the first medical examination of school children was done in Baroda city. That's the first point. Second one is the 1957, when child education nutrition education committee, so they framed the not only first two examination and all. So 1957 again some of the changes will be there in the school health services. The first one is the, so 1957 first 1909, so they have done the only they have first time. So before that there is no examination, there is no nothing else in the school children's any examinations are. But in 1909 first medical examination was done in Baroda city, the first point. Okay, and second one is again some of the changes will be there. They came to know that we have to focus the importance of the school health services and all. That is the reason they have a little bit changed. In 1957, Child Education Nutrition Education Committee and WHO Assisted School Health Education Project were set up. Okay, they framed the committee. The committee, like a, the committee and WHO assisted school health education as one of the project were set up in 1957. Okay, so next in 1960, the Ministry of Health, Government of India set up a school health committee under the chairman of Srimati Renuka Rai, the than the member of parliament, to assess the standard of health and nutrition of school children and also to suggest ways to means of improving these. So 1960, okay, the Ministry of Health, Government of India set up a school health committee. 1960, what the changes are there? So set up a school health committee. So under the committee was framed under the Srimati Renuka Rai. Okay, she has a member of the parliament. She so here why they framed the committee to assess the standard of health and nutrition of school children, and also they suggest the what are the ways how we can improve in these and all. So suggest the ways and means of improving these. Okay, 1977, when a centrally sponsored national school health scheme was started. Okay, here the first parliament, first medical examination and a committee form, and next one is under the chairman of the Renuka Rai. Okay, okay, and one more is here. Centrally sponsored national school health scheme was started in 1977. Next, 1979, then okay, the national school health scheme was handed over to state governments. Okay, so here the central came. Next one is the central sponsored scheme. It was handed over to state governments. First introduced by the central government. The central government is handed over to the each state governments. Okay, 1981, a task force was established by the Government of India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, to study the progress of school health program functioning in various states of the country. Okay, so many are changes are there about the school going children's. It's clear now. Okay, so here the okay central sponsored scheme, it was handed over to the state cities and again in states also. Okay, the task force, okay, one of the task he has given. Okay, its main task force was established by the Government of India. Overall, it belongs to all the states, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So why this task force was introduced is mainly to study the progress of school health program and functioning various states of the country. That is the reason. So that there was given the one of the task to study the progress of the school health program and functioning in various states of the country. Okay, in 1984 and 85, Delhi had its own comprehensive school health scheme, which is continuing. Still, it is continuing. So, in our India also, first the Delhi had its own comprehensive school health scheme. Still, it was continuing in Delhi city. Okay, this is the year of 1984 and 85. It's clear. Next, coming to the 1988, a proposal for the comprehensive school health service. Okay, one of the proposal came for the school health services. It's overall the comprehensive is nothing but the overall. Okay, okay, proposal came in the year of 1988. Okay, next 1989, a Central Health Education Bureau, Director of General of Health Services, had launched an intensive school health education project. In 1989, Central Health Education Bureau and DGHS, Directorate General of Health Services, had launched one of the project. The project is mainly intensive school health education project. It was started in the year of 1989. Okay, that is the main motto is the at present child to child and youth to child. Okay, child to child and youth to child approaches. Okay, this was one of the school health education project was introduced in the year of 1989. Okay, so next coming to this, so this is all the main like why the school health importance was, why it was introduced, what is the main, when it was started, so who has taken initiation. Okay, and overall till now I discussed about the like a history of the school health services. It's clear na? For MPHW students, no need of read this history and all. Okay, and next coming to the, this is important for everyone. Okay, who are going to read the school health services, this is applicable, this is importance for every students in all the nice like MPHW, ANM, GNM. Okay, like MS nursing, PhD also. Okay, so aims of school health services, the ultimate aim of school health services is to promote, protect and maintain health of school children and reduce morbidity and mortality in them. Okay, why they have started, why the, what is the main aim of the school health services, especially to promote the health of the people, especially school going children, to protect from various diseases, to maintain by adopting good health habits and maintain good lifestyles, good balanced diet, a different way. So by giving awareness, the children may adopt their lifestyles in a good way. Okay, to promote, protect and maintain health of the school children and reduce morbidity and mortality. Morbidity is nothing but the sickness rate. If you are not eating proper way, if they are not adopting good habits, what will happen? One of and one once upon a time they may sick. If it's not taking enough diet, what will happen? It may leads to sickness. Okay, sickness is nothing but the morbidity. Mortality is nothing but the death rate. If it's not taking enough diet according to their age and like a weight and all, what will happen? So they will sick and okay, one of the day they may have the opportunities to get the like a risk factor opportunity to get the so many infections. Finally they may die. Okay, death rate is known as a mortality and sickness rate it is known as a morbidity. It's clear. Okay, so that is the reason we have to study the school health services. Why we have to study? Why we have, what is the main importance of school health services? To protect, to promote, okay, and to control and to maintain the health of the school going children. It's clear na? So next coming to the objectives of the school health services, to promotion of positive health, prevention of diseases, early diagnosis and treatment and follow up defects. Okay, and next awakening health consciousness children, the provision of healthful environment. Okay, what is the main? Everybody has to promotion of positive health. Everybody has to know the positiveness related to health. Okay, promotion of positive health, and second one is a prevention of diseases. It's clear. Okay, promotion of positive health. Second one is a prevention of diseases. So, what is the main objective of school health services? Why we have to conduct it means the main objective is the we have to promote the positive health towards like a children's. Okay, and one second one is a prevention of diseases. How we can prevent the diseases by giving the awareness. The childrens may prevent the diseases. Okay, next one is early diagnosis, a treatment and follow up defects. Defects is nothing but the like a problems, and if the like any if they will identify problem easily, they have to go to the hospital. They have to diagnose and they will treatment and they will follow up in defects and problems. It's not defects is nothing but in problems only. Okay, next one is awakening. Okay, awakening health consciousness in children. They have to know about their sickness and any problem. So we have to give the awareness to the people. What is the main importance? We have to give the health consciousness to the children. It's clear. Okay, next one is a provision of healthful environment. Okay, provision of healthful environment. So these are all the objectives of the school health services. Okay, promotion of positive health, prevention of diseases, early diagnosis, treatment, follow-up defects, awakening health consciousness, and provision of healthful environment. Next one is the goals of school health services. Prepare the younger generation to adopt measures to remain healthy so as to help them to make the best use of educational facilities, to utilize leisure in productive and constructive manner, and to enjoy recreation and to develop corner for others. Okay, so the main is here the goals. So here's the goals is the mainly to prepare the younger generation. Okay, prepare the younger generation to adopt measures. Okay, we have to, like a healthcare department people as a teachers, we have to prepare the younger generation of these students or peoples to adopt measures to remain healthy so as to help them to make the best use of educational facilities and utilize leisure in productive and constructive manner and to enjoy recreation and to develop concern for others. Okay, second one is that to help the younger generation become healthy. First you have to, the first point is the you have to prepare the younger generation by adopting good measures. It's clear na? Second one is the to help the younger generation become healthy and useful citizens who will be able to perform their role effectively for the welfare of themselves, their families, and the community at large and country as a whole. Okay, this is you have to help the younger generation. Okay, you have to help the younger generation. Okay, first one is you have to, okay, prepare the younger generation by adopting good measures. Second one is to help the younger generation become healthy. Okay, we have to help the younger generation. Why we have to help? It is mainly to become healthy and useful citizens who will be able to perform their role effectively for the welfare of the themselves. If they will become healthy, so they may useful, their role may be effectively for helping the family members, for themselves, and it may be useful for the community, it may be larger country as a whole. Okay, so next one is the need for school health services. What are the needs for the school health services? The first one is the school children constitute a vital and substantial segment of the population. Okay, okay, vital is nothing but the important and necessary. A very, it's a play important role. Okay, vital. It's a substantial segment of the population. School children are vulnerable section. Vulnerable is nothing but there is a mainly it's a weaker section and all. Okay, like easily they will prone to get the infections, easily they may get the prone to get the infections, very risky group and all. Okay, so school children are vulnerable section of population by virtue of their physical, mental, emotional, social growth and development during this period. Okay, so school children are exposed to various stressful situations. Okay, they may have the like a like stressful situations are nothing but that they don't know how to overcome the problems. It may be education wise or it may be family wise. Okay, they don't know how to overcome the problems. That is the reason school children are exposed to various stressful situations. Children coming to school belong to different socio-economic and cultural backgrounds which affect their health and nutritional status and require help and guidance in promoting, protecting, and maintaining their health and nutritional status. Okay, so here the children are coming from the different background. Okay, so coming to the school belong to different. Okay, the school children coming to school belong to different socio-economic status. So each family, each students may have the different background of the family members. Okay, some of they may belongs to weaker section, they may belongs to like a upper class, lower class, middle class, and different categories of the people will vary. Like so they may have the, like a Muslim, Christian, Hindus, different religion wise student like people will be also will be there. So that is the reason we have to focusing on the more generations of the people. Okay, cultural backgrounds and affect their health and nutrition status and require help and guidance. Okay, so different background of the students will be there in the school level. That is the reason we have to see the backgrounds which, so some of the culture backgrounds also will be there. So that is the reason these backgrounds, this is my socio-economic. Okay, so this socio-economic, socio and economic and culture backgrounds which may affect their health. That is the reason we have to see the background of the each students of the socio-economic and cultural background, nutritional status and require help. So that is the reason the students may need guidance in promoting and protecting and maintaining their health and nutritional status. Okay, next, coming to the children in school age are prone to get specific health problems. Okay, so children's age group is mainly prone to get specific health problems. So this is about the need for this. So that is the reason, as a healthcare department people, you should provide the school health services for the different categories of the peoples in the school level. It's clear now. So they need them. They have to achieve the complete physical, mental, social, emotional, spiritual well-being of the people, not merely in the absence of disease. It's clear. So next, coming to the philosophy of the school health services. This is not applicable. This is not important for the MPSW students, but maybe this is maybe useful for the like a GNM, BS nursing and MS nursing and PhD and also. Okay. So students, okay, philosophy of the okay school health services. A healthy child is mentally alert, receptive, will not miss school due to minor sickness and will have better performance in his and her studies. A healthy child is mentally alert. Automatically, if I am healthy, automatically I will be maintain the mental stability, isn't it? Okay, healthy child is mentally alert, receptive, will not miss school due to minor sickness and will have better performance in his or studies. Okay, if the child is not maintaining health in a proper way, he may miss a school, so due to the sickness. So that is the reason healthy child is mentally alert, he may not miss a school. Okay, health is not just freedom from sickness or infirmity, but the realization of the full potential of the potential of the child, which has physical, mental, social and spiritual components. So prevention is better than cure. Interventions when health breaks down are costly and time consuming. So always everybody knows prevention is better than cure. That is the reason, if the problem will be there, so the if suddenly we feel sick, what will happen? We have to spend so much of money for the hospitalization and all. So it may be cost effective, and it may be also time consuming. So that is the reason. Okay, instead of spending money for the hospitalization, if you'll see them, like if you'll maintain the health, no need of spending money for the hospital and all. Okay, that is the reason prevention is better than cure. Okay, next one, the school health services will help identify deviations from normal growth and development, any health problems, so that timely therapeutic, corrective, rehabilitative actions can be taken to improve and maintain health and continue studies. Okay, school health services. So why the school health services will help the students, like a school going children's? It will help identify, it will deviations from normal to abnormal, and it will deviation from the normal growth and development, any health problems, so that timely we may refer to the hospital, the doctor may give the treatment, isn't it? So that is the reason school health services help identify and deviations from normal growth and development and health problems. So timely, the children may get the therapeutic, corrective, rehabilitative actions can be taken to improve. If the people are taking these different types of the treatment, so automatically they may improve and maintain health and continue their studies. Next, while early diagnosis and prompt and adequate treatment is of great importance, follow up care is equally important for effective school health services. Okay, while early diagnosis and prompt or correct or appropriate treatment is of great importance, not only identify the problem. So many people are, they will go to the hospital, they will identify the problem. So due to the lack of money, they may not get the proper treatment. So that is the reason, not only early diagnosis, not only prompt and okay, not only identify the problem, the every citizens, like every child has to get the adequate treatment. So that is the main great of the importance. It's clear. Follow up care is equally important for effective school health services. Next, coming to the rehabilitation of the physically, mentally handicapped children can be done and must receive and adequate attention. Okay, rehabilitation is nothing but the bringing back the normal situation of the people. So that is the rehabilitation also is a play a major role in bringing back to the children. It can be done and must receive. Okay, and adequate attention. Next, coming to the health knowledge and skills learn not only will benefit the child, but also it will benefit the school, parents, and family and community. Okay, not only health of the importance of health, the importance of health and knowledge of the health, a knowledge of the health and skills learn not only benefit to the child, but also it will benefit the school, parents, family, and community. Okay, next coming to the principles of school health services, be based on needs of the school children. Okay, based on the health needs of the school children. Next, be planned in coordination with the school health personnel, parents, and community people. Okay, so it's maybe planned coordination, working together to achieve a common goal. Okay, next, with the school health personnel. Next, be part of community health services. Fourth point, emphasis is little bit we got focusing on the promotive preventive aspects. Next, emphasize or focus or stress on the health education. We have to give the health education, we have to give the education how we can promote the health, how we can prevent, how we can control the diseases, how we can maintain the health. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, health education to promote, protect, improve, and maintain health of the children and staff. Emphasize a stress on learning through active and desirable participation. Okay, we are conducting program, but even though students has to get the participation. Okay, next, be ongoing and continuous program. Compulsory, it should be like ongoing continuous process will be there. Then only the students may come to the hospital, they may take the treatment, they will go off. Otherwise, yearly once means they will forget. If they will problem, if they get the problem also, they will ignore. So that is the reason the school health services be, it's ongoing and continuous program. Okay, have an effective system of record keeping and reporting. Okay, in each school, in each classroom, everybody has to maintain the like a complete record of each individual people or student in the classroom. Next, coming to the components of the school health services, health promotive and protective services. So these are all the, like, first one is the health promotive components. Okay, what are the packages, what are the components will be there? Health promotive and protective. Health promotive, therapeutic, rehabilitative, school health records. These are all the four aspects will be, four components will be there in the school health services. It's clear now. First one is the health promotive and protective services. Okay, health promotive and protective is wholesome environment. How we can promote the health of the school going children in school building. So wholesome, complete school environment is will free from like a dangerous. Okay, free from infection, free from, okay, like a sorry, free wholesome school, complete school and a healthy environment should be created. The school management as a principal, it's clear na? Next, maintenance of personal hygiene. The student the like a people's the like a child has to maintain the personal hygiene, then only they can maintain the health. Next, nutrition services. According to her age, according to her weight, he has to take the complete and balanced diet to child. Okay, next, physical recreational activities. Not only eating, it leads to obesity. Not only study, it may leads to stressful events, stressful life. So that is the reason the child has to involve or participate in the physical and recreational activities. Okay, it may be like useful for the normal growth and development of each child. Okay, next, promotion of mental health. Okay, like we have to avoid the stressful situation by conducting the programs like indoor and outdoor games. Okay, it may be useful, they may stress on, they may relieve their stress. Okay, promotion of mental health also important. Next one, the health education. We have to give the awareness by environmental sanitation, personal hygiene. Okay, good habits. Okay, different ways. Immunization also important. According to her age, they have to get the complete immunization. Okay, to prevent all seven clear diseases. This health promotion. Second one is a therapeutic. In therapeutic services, like health appraisal. Health appraisal here, the child in here the health appraisal in school level. Most of the time, the child will be sent spend the time in school level only, isn't it? So that is the reason what they have to do. Okay, wait. Okay, here the health appraisal. Here, most of the time, the child will spend the time in school level. That is the reason as a class teacher, we have to give the instructions. So as we are monthly wise, we have to conduct the school health programs. We have to give the awareness. We have to give the like instructions. Okay, so he the has a class teacher. She will have the close contact with the each member of the class. That is the reason as a class teacher he has to identify the problem of the he has to identify, he has to inquiry, he has to identify the problem of the each single child in the classroom. It's clear. Okay, if she notified any problem, immediately she has to call for the or ANM or any healthcare staff department. It's clear now. Okay, that is a health appraisal, treatment and follow up. She know where. Okay, after identify the problem, we have to send for the hospital for diagnosis and treatment and follow up. Next one is a first aid and emergency care. If the child has any problem, we have to arrange the first aid kit box and emergency equipment also. According to our situation, we have to save the life of the child. With the help, we can save the life of the child with the help of the first aid kit box and all. Okay. Next, specialized health services. If it is not available in our hospital setup in the local area attached to the school and college, so we have to have the opportunity, we have to give the instructions for the if the treatment is not available in, we can refer to the other hospital for the better treatment. Like specialized health services also we have to provide for the children to promote the health. Next, third one is a rehabilitative services, the care of the handicap. The any handicapped children will be there, we have to give the, we have to encourage, we have to motivate, we have to participate in all the school health activities. Okay, we have to focusing on the we should not criticize the handicapped children. We have to give the encourage, we have to give the courage, we have to encourage the child. Okay. Next, we have to maintain the school health records. Next, coming to the school health problem. This is also very, very important. Okay, components, aims, objectives. These are all important for the MPH of students also. Next, coming to the school health problems. If we see the school health problems here, the health problems will be we may observe in school level. Health problems: malnutrition, deficiency of the nutrition. Okay, infectious disease, intestinal parasites, disease of the skin, eye, ear, dental caries. Okay, it's clear now. Next one's a behavior problems. Okay, antisocial problems, stealing, lying, gambling, destructiveness, sexual offense. So these are all the problems will be there. That is the reason I am giving instructions like healthcare department people. They have to give the conducting organize. They have to organize. They have to conduct the one of the programs at school level. We have to give the awareness to the school teachers also. Okay, so they may have the chance by identifying the problem easily. We can easily rectify the defects of the problem. Okay, children, it's clear now. Next one is a habit disorder. This is antisocial problems. Next one is a habit disorder. This is all antisocial and habit. These are all comes under behavior problems. Nail biting, thumb sucking, bed wetting, and all. Okay. Next coming the personality disorders. Temper tantrum is the devil. Okay, and shyness, daydreaming, and jealousy. Okay, temper tantrum. Okay, okay, shyness and daydreaming and jealousy. Easily they will react. Temper tantrum is nothing but that easily they will react. They will feel like a okay. So this is all easily they will react. Hmm? Educational difficulties, backwardness in study, school fear, school failure, and etc. And all. These are all the educational difficulties. Next, coming the how many members will be there in the school health team? Okay, school principal, school teacher, parents, community, children, medical officer, school health nurse, and community health nurse. These are all the members are comes under school health team. So without the principal, there is no school will be there. No, okay, school teacher, okay, parents, community, children, medical officer, school health nurse, or community health nurse. Next, school principal. So what is the main role of the school principal here? He has to ensure that the school health program has approval and support of the school administrative authority. Okay, so the administrative authority, he has to plan for the approval and support of the school. Okay, next one, the set up a school health committee and school health council to work out the school health plan and plan for its implementation. Not only planning, try to we have to implement the school health services for the children. Okay, next, ensure that the teachers are adequately trained for school health care of school children. Okay, so here we have to ensure that the school every teacher has to adequately trained. So how we can identify, how we can deviate the problem, how we can give the treatment, how we can follow up the children, okay, for the future generations and all. So every teacher has to got the particularly training when they're identifying the problem of the children. Okay, if they will identify easily, when they inquire easily, they will identify. After that, they have to escort along with the hospital. So the child may not be feared. He may get the correct and prompt treatment. Next one is to provide facilities for implementation of school health facilities. Okay, provide facilities for implementation of school health activities. If they will plan to organize the school health program, the principal has to provide the facilities for the conducting of the school health activities. Next, make sure that proper health records are maintained. Okay, every class teacher has to, every healthcare department like ANMs, okay, everybody has to maintain the school health records particularly and correctly and appropriate way. Ensure that parents are involved in follow up school as the follow up of the children is done. Okay, children's parents also has to be involved. Next, what is the main responsibilities of the school teacher? Daily inspection of children for personal hygiene and cleanliness. Okay, the teacher has to identify daily inspection of children for personal hygiene. Why she has to daily inspect? She has to daily inspect the children for personal hygiene and cleanliness. Daily observation of children for detecting any evidence. Why she has to daily observe? Daily, why she has to inspect? It may be detecting any deviations or any evidence. Okay, any evidence of any deviations from normal health, behavior, and any communicable disease or malnutrition. So that is the reason that every teacher has to be gone for the training. In training, they will give the instructions. Every teacher has to inspect the children daily. Why they have to inspect? Any evidence, any deviations from normal health and behavior, any communicable disease or malnutrition, etc. And it may be helps in control of communicable disease. If they will identify the deviations, easily we can control the communicable disease. Not communicable if they will have the flu or fever or cough, or running nose and all. If they will identify the single child, easily he can isolate or he can send to the hospital. By breaking the chain, it may not be spread to the all the children in the classroom. That's the reason it will be helps in controlling the communicable diseases. Next, the referral of child having any problem to school health clinic for further action. Okay, informing the parents and maintaining follow up. Okay, not only referring, he may has to informing the parents for maintaining follow-up. Next, maintain record of anthropometric measurements and other health record of children. Anthropometric measurements are nothing but the height, weight, head circumference, chest circumference, mid-arm circumference. Okay, these are all the measurements. Okay, by maintaining this record, by maintaining the height, weight, chest, head, mid-arm circumference, and all, so it may be helpful maintaining the normal growth and development of the child. Next, helps in providing safe environmental sanitation. It may be useful for the children to get the proper environment. It may be helpful in maintaining the health. Next, giving first aid and emergency care to children. Okay, as a teacher, she has to, whenever necessary, she has to give the first aid and she has to give the emergency care to children also to save the life of the child. Next, imparting and spreading the health education and healthful living habits and behavior, etc. Okay, she has to impart, she has to educate, she has to give the awareness on healthful living habits and behavior, etc. Next, participate in investigation of endemic, and epidemic. Participate, she has to involve in investigation of an epidemic or any communicable disease. Epidemic is nothing but the sudden outbreaks of the diseases. And some of the diseases will come on some of the places. Like a sudden it will come, malaria, dengue. Okay. In season, when in rainy season, suddenly in rainy season, malaria cases will be made. So mean like stagnation of the water. Okay, no changing of the water from the cooler. Okay, it's clear now. And what else? Stagnation of the water. There is no changing of the water in coolers, flower vases and all. And if not disposing the waste in a proper way. So these are all the things will be there. It's clear now. Okay. So that is epidemic. Okay, these are all the things. So that is there malaria, dengue, chikungunya. So chikungunya is not there, but dengue and malaria is a outbreaks of the diseases. Suddenly, according to season wise, according to rainly, the if you're not disposing the waste in a proper way, there is chance of breeding the mosquitoes. Due to the mosquito, automatically if will bite the if the mosquito will bite na, automatically the problem will be this. We can control the communicable diseases. Next, coming to the parents, what is the main role of the parents? They can help in correction of defects if any and follow of children found sick. The parents has to play a major role in identifying in helps in correction of defects, follow-up of children found sick. Next, they can help in formation of good healthful living habits and behavior. Next, through parents teachers association, the parents can be involved in planning, organizing and implementation of the school health programs. Okay, so here the with the help of the parents and teachers and association, the parents can be involved in planning, organizing and implementation of the school health program. Next, community providing suitable land for school building. The community be also play important role. Okay, providing suitable land for school building. Next, providing funds and labor in building proper school. Next, participation in school health committees of or councils and contribute in formulation of school health policies and plan. Next, participate in implementation of the school program activities. Most motivating parents to send their children to school and take care of their health, etc. So this is the responsibilities of the community. Next, coming to the children. What is the main role of the children? Learn values of medical and health examinations. They have to learn the values of medical checkups, values of health checkups, values of personal hygiene, why they have to maintain the personal hygiene, good nutrition, environmental sanitation, etc. And they have to learn such a values of this and all. Okay. Next, cooperate in various aspects of the school health program. Next, develop positive habits, healthful living activities as educated upon. Okay, they have to develop positive habits and healthful living activities. It may be helpful in promoting the health of the school going children. Next, extend this knowledge to other members of the family, neighborhood, and etc. So, not only learning, not only developing positive habits, they have to extend those knowledge to other members. It may be neighbors, or it may be relatives, or family members, and all. Okay. So, these are main responsibilities of the role of the school team, like a students, like a school children's. Next, medical officer, medical examination of the students. So here the medical officer, what the main role of the medical officer? He has to examine the students of each individual in the classroom and school also. Medical examination, making diagnosis, prescribing treatment. Not only making diagnosis, he has to prescribe the treatment. If it is not available, he has to refer to the specialities of the hospital and ensure that follow up hospital. Not only referring, he has to make them to get the correct information, whether the child is okay, whether the child is getting proper treatment or not. He has to inquire it. Okay. Next, initiating promotive and preventive program. These are all the responsibilities of the medical officer. Inspection of the school environment and sanitation. Okay, monthly once he has to come to the school and he has to inspect the school environment and sanitation, holding meetings with parents and teachers. Sometimes not only inspect the school, sometimes the medical officer has to arrange the meetings with parents as well as the teachers. Next, ensuring maintenance of records and reports. He has to check the whether they are maintaining records or not. He has to check it. Next, evaluation of the program and redefining program objectives and activities. If it after final action, again if we want to defining the program, again he can add the some of the changes, and he can change the objectives and activities also. So these are all the responsibilities of the medical officer. Next one is a, but this is a very important one, the school health nurse. What is the main responsibilities of the school health? And as a nurse, what you have to do is responsible for comprehensive health of the child. She takes care of all the factors which influence the health of the child, such as biological aspects of the child, school and family environment, health knowledge and health attitude of the child and families. See here, it's the main responsible of comprehensive health of the child. Okay, that's it. She takes care of all the factors which influence the health of the child. So these are all biological aspects of the child. It will influence the health of the Child. School and family environment. Health knowledge and health attitude of the child. Living activities also influence the health. Personal habits also influence the health. Health behavior followed by the child and his and her family members. Family and individual health history. Family and community resources and their utilization and etc. It's clear now? So school health administration, school health committees, primary health centers. Okay. Next one, school health policy. Health center staff is responsible for the implementation of school health program. The school health program is carried out in schools by the health center staff working together with the schools administrators, teachers, local government, parents, and community, including both agencies and students. Priority should be given to the school children program at primary school levels. Next one is aspects of the school health service. This is also important, ma. Okay. Health appraisal of school children at school level, remedial measures. Okay. Remedial measures and follow up, prevention of communicable diseases, healthful school environment, nutritional services, first aid and emergency care, mental health. So these are all are very very important aspects. Also very very important. Ma, you have to write it. Aspects of the school health services. What we had health appraisal, daily inspecting and all school children and school personnel, remedial measures and follow up, prevention of communicable diseases, healthful school environment, nutritional services like a balwadi, anganwadi, and midday meal, okay, midday meal program. So this is all the nutrition services. Okay, the government is providing the nutrition services for all the school, college. Still, it's extended to degree level also. Okay, first aid and emergency care, mental health. Next, dental health, eye health, health education, we have to see the dental health, you know very well about it. The children are a tendency to eat the chocolates and all. Okay, if they are eating chocolates, it will stuck on their teeth. If they're not flush outing with water, it will stuck on there. It will leads to like a acids. It will release the it will form the like a, it leads to final tooth decay. So that is the reason we have to instruct the student children to avoid the eating of chocolates and all. Okay. Next, eye health. If the childrens, we have to give the instructions to the childrens if they are reading in dim light, if they are during journey, will have the myopia, ectopia, okay, long sight, short sight. So they have to go for the hospital and they have to consult the ophthalmologist. They have to rectify the problem. They have to get the proper treatment. Okay, it's maybe related to the eye and all. So we have to ask the children to eat the vitamin A, and vitamin A, rich in vitamin A diet like a green leafy vegetables, egg, milk and all. We have to give the instructions. Importance of eyes are very very important. We have to give. Okay, health education, personal hygiene, milk, meat, environmental, personal hygiene. Okay, those are all the things. Good habits. Okay, education of handicapped children. Okay, we have to increase the handicapped children. We have to encourage them to participate in all the programs. Proper maintenance and use of school health records. Okay, role of nurse in school health services. Okay, see here. So this is also important. Role of nurse in school health services. Health appraisal. Okay, inspecting or identifying the problem or identify the abnormal to normal or any deviations. Okay, remedial measures and follow up, prevention of communicable diseases, healthful school environment. Okay, this child has to need to have the healthful school environment. It may be helpful for physically, mentally, socially, economically, spiritual growth and development of the way. Okay, nutritional services according to their height, weight and all, they have the child has to get the proper nutritious diet to prevent the like a protein energy malnutrition, marasmus, kwashiorkor and all. Okay, first aid and emergency care. Every school management committee has to maintain the first aid kit box. With the help of first aid kit box, if the child has to get any injury, any cuts and wounds, with the help of first aid kit box, they can get the proper treatment. Mental health, position proper, avoid the stressful life by conducting recreational activities, by conducting indoor and outdoor games activities. They can maintain, they can stress out their feelings and all. Dental health. Hello, teaching tooth. I am his people star. Nice to meet you. Okay. already I had told no dental health, eye health services, long sides, okay, long side, short side. If they have the problem, we have to identify. We have to inspect the children if they are facing any problem while reading and all. We have to take the child to the hospital for the better treatment by taking the spectacles and all. Okay, health education. We have to give the health education to the children in all the ways to promote the health education of the handicapped, school health records and all. Thank you one and all. So in this, I have covered this. Maybe this topic is maybe helpful for all the whoever want to know the care of school children. Is maybe like in this, according to first, I have given so much of instruction, so much information, but you have to open your textbook. Already I have given the not textbooks. First, try to open the your syllabus. In this, I have given no child health nursing 6. In this, like a school health concept, objectives, components. Okay, these are all the things we have to read. My health education, behavioral health problems. So mostly I have covered the this school health records and reports. In some of the leftover topics, a little bit will be there, but even I will cover. But most of the topic is covered for you people. No need of worry and all. So remaining subtopics will be the nutritional programs, and separately I will take the class on nutritional programs. Okay, the remaining most of the topic is covered for the MPHW second year students and all. Okay, so thanks for watching my channel. Have a very nice day.